welcome you back to my journey. I had gastric bypass RNY this past Monday, June 25th, 2018. Today is Saturday, so 6 days later. I made it, I'm alive, hallelujah, and I'm home. Everything seemed to go really well. My mom took me to the hospital on Monday. They gave me my little wrist tags. We checked in. It didn't take long before I was brought back to surgical prep area. They took a urine sample. They gave me a little bag to put all my clothing items in and had me change into my hospital gown. The anesthesiologist came in, a couple other nurses came in. They just kind of all went over all of my kind of history and my allergies again. And they brought my mom back. The surgeon came with the bariatric coordinator and the surgical nurse. I was super excited to see them. They were so smiley and just so supportive and just wished me luck. And I just thanked them so much for coming. And then they kind of started to wheel me off to surgery. I honestly remember nothing. Really nothing. I don't even remember going into the surgery room. I think that they had started the meds already, and I must have got knocked out super fast because the next thing that I remember is being moved over into the recovery room bed. My mom said that the surgeon came out and said it took about an hour and a half, the surgery did, and just told her that everything went amazingly well and that I was doing really good. And so when I was waking up and they were trying to move me, I immediately was hit with some really heavy pains. So the pains that I experienced, which I don't think I've never heard anyone talk about these at least, was my back. My back was constantly throbbing. It was aching, and even with tons of meds in me, it was just a constant. Now I know what people that have chronic pain feel like. It hurt so bad, and I just remember moaning, and my dad showed up, and both my parents were in the room, and I think they just kind of hung out and kept each other company because I was super out of it. And then I know my mom ended up spending the night, and I do remember telling her, thank you so much. And I told her, I'm so sorry, I'm so out of it, and I'm probably cranky, but I just want you to know that I am so thankful for just your presence, for you being here next to me. And even though in the night when they woke me up every hour to just check my vitals and give me more meds if necessary, I'd look over and I just see my mom laying down in that recliner, and she was snoring away. And I was so happy to have her there. So Tuesday was similar to Monday night. I really hadn't taken anything in, liquids, no hunger whatsoever. And I think they ended up bringing me some water Tuesday night to try, and I kid you not, when they say your taste buds change, they totally change. That water tasted like pure Sprite to me. It was so sweet. It's insane. So getting up and trying to go to the bathroom, they wanted me to do that pretty frequently, was difficult. It was challenging. I had to push to try to just get a little tinkle out. And I think it's similar to after childbirth, you're using your abdominal muscles, and it is so hard to push. And so any kind of movement from trying to shift in bed to getting up to go to the bathroom was really hard. And it was mostly because my back was hurting, and then I had these incisions. Basically I was stabbed in my abdomen 6 times. I definitely feel for someone that has been stabbed on the street or something, because it is painful because it rips right through your muscle. Each time that I had to go to the bathroom, I took that as an opportunity to go walk the halls. The floor that I was on, we only had 4 patients there, so the nurses were super attentive, super sweet, super caring. Everyone just was so happy and with such big smiles. So and they just cheer you on, and so I would try to make that big loop around on the floor that I was on, and I guess there was a physical therapist there that had measured it, and it was 400 meters. So in my mind, if I did it 4 times, it's like going around a track. I've done a mile, and that was my goal. So each day that I was there in recovery in the hospital, I tried to walk a mile every day, and I did it. The surgeon came by several times to check on me and just said, you know, how well my incisions were looking, that everything went really smooth and really well. And then on Wednesday was the day that I was originally supposed to get out, and the on-call surgeon came by, and he said, if we can just get you to take some fluids down, because I hadn't taken any, but I did have that drip bag of fluids and vitamins going into me, so I knew I wasn't dehydrated, and I knew I was doing fine with that. So he wanted me to try to take some, down on my own before he would release me. And I did ask him, he was like, and if you can do that, we can still release you today. And I asked him, I said, is there any way that I can stay one more night? I really wanted to stay one more night with those wonderful nurses. And I mean, they were just pampering me so much, and I really enjoyed having them and having that time to just like focus on me. I knew when I got home it was going to be a little bit more difficult, and I'd be much more independent at that point. And he said, absolutely, you can stay another night. There was no additional cost. He just said he wants me to feel comfortable by the time I get home. So then on Thursday, my dad picked me up, and we left maybe like 10:30 or 11 or so. So I was home by 11:30. The car ride home was approximately 40 minutes, and let me just tell you, I felt every single bump in the road. It was super painful. I would just brace myself and hold on. I'd be like, and my dad would go, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's okay, it's just a bump. So the abdomen is definitely uncomfortable. It still is, but every day is getting better. At home, I set myself up with all my liquids. I climbed into my very fresh bed, and I just rested a lot. By Friday, I thought I'd start to move downstairs a little bit, and I do have a lot of stairs in my house because my bedroom's on the 2nd floor, and I thought, okay, well, Thursday, let me go ahead and just walk out in the neighborhood, because the temperatures are like 100 degrees right now, and it's only going to get hotter throughout the day. So I thought, let me get out real quick and do a quick walk in the neighborhood. I have a loop in my neighborhood that my house sits on, and one time around is 0.33 miles, and so if I do that 3 times, I get a mile in. So I forced myself to do 2 loops on Friday morning, and then I came home and I tried to continue to sip on my liquids throughout the afternoon, and then I told myself that once it gets dark out and the sun goes down, I will do another loop and to try to get that mile in, and I did it. Moving and shifting around is still really painful in my abdomen. The back pain has finally subsided, so that was amazing to get rid of that. And I guess the back pain was from the way that they position you on the surgical table. They said not only do they shift you over there and you're laying probably on a hard surgical table, but they had my arms spread out like all the way like held back, and somehow I just got really bad back pains from that. So let's see, the surgical incisions, I'm gonna drop a video real quick of those in here, and I'll just show you those. There's 6 of them, and the main entry site was the one that is giving me the most kind of pain and discomfort. Mostly everything on my left side. My right side is much better. There isn't a whole lot there. I have been, what am I eating? What am I drinking? I'm drinking a protein water. I need to do 1 of these a day. So my surgical nurse said, I don't care if it takes you all day long, but I want you to finish 1 of those every single day. And so I said, all right, so I'm drinking this fruit punch flavor. It is way too sweet for me. Like, it is so sweet, but I have a whole case of them. That's all I bought, and I really can't get out to the store right now, so I'm going to suffer through these and get this protein in me. I am enjoying broth. I didn't have any broth during my pre-op diet, and at this point right now, I'm doing about a half a cup of warm broth, chicken broth in the morning, and then a half a cup in the evening. Other than that, I have some diluted juice and some water. And so between the protein water, the broth, the juice, and the water, I have that all set up, and I just sip on it all day long. And I have learned that if I take more than a sip, it's uncomfortable. It's a very weird sensation. You can actually feel it go down slowly. You feel it go down your esophagus, and then it hits your pouch, and it just like sits there. And so you quickly learn to sip versus gulp, because I was a gulper before. Let's see, what else? When I did get home, actually, my son greeted me at the door, and such a sweet thing. He had these in his hands, and he didn't buy these, but he just welcomed me home with these gorgeous flowers and said that they had just been delivered from my office, and so I thought that was incredibly sweet and thoughtful. I did have one of my little BFF colleagues that knows about the surgery. She stopped by the hospital, and she sat with me, and she gave me some really pretty flowers as well. Other than that, I just have a couple others at work that I needed to tell a little bit of why I was going to be out for 2 weeks. I told them I was having surgery, didn't specify anything more than that. What else? Today is definitely better than yesterday, and I know tomorrow's going to be even better. Let's get to stats real quick. I'm 38 years old. I'm 5'6". I weighed 238 pounds. The first time that I saw the surgeon, which is the recorded weight at their office after my pre-op diet, so this is on Monday at the right before surgery, they weighed me, and I weighed 226. I lost 12 pounds on the pre-op diet. So do that pre-op diet, it works. I was super excited about that. The thing that I wasn't so excited about is when I got home from the hospital and I weighed myself, and I weighed 236 pounds. So basically I'd gained 10 pounds during surgery time. I know that's all the fluids and all of the gases. I'm super bloated, and that is slowly decreasing, and I cannot wait till I'm underneath my surgical day weight, and I will definitely update you about that, because that will be a big accomplishment. So I'm just taking it easy. I kind of shift from my bed to the family room and do my little walk in the neighborhood, and I'm just kind of watching YouTube videos and Netflix binging, and just taking this time for me to recover and heal. I wanted to give a quick shout out to a couple gals, a couple YouTubers, and the Sleep Girl 2018. Your message on surgery day was so incredibly sweet. I was just really pleasantly surprised, and I just really appreciated that. So go check out Sleep Girl 2018. She's a little bit farther ahead in her journey, and I'm really enjoying watching her videos. Dreadlock Mama RNY, you are incredible. Your ability to communicate and speak and inform. If you need some information on these surgeries, she is incredible, and she has amazing hair and gorgeous eyes, and so go check her out. She's been really uplifting and supportive in my journey. So for now, I'll go ahead and close, and I wish you guys all a very lovely weekend. Take care, and I'll be back soon. Bye.